The observation deck of the Celestial Dawn hummed with the low thrum of quantum engines as Georgia pressed her palm against the reinforced viewport. Beyond the transparent alloy, the Crithian warship loomed like a predator, its weapons arrays charging with an ominous crimson glow. "They're hailing us again," Captain Velcera said, her violet skin darkening with distress. The Etherian commander's forearms trembled as she manipulated the holographic controls. "Commander Georgia, they're demanding we surrender the human or they'll destroy the refugee convoy." Georgia didn't turn from the viewport. Behind her, 300 souls, Etherians, Xinthians, even a handful of Kogari children, huddled in the cargo bays below. All of them fleeing the Crithian expansion. All of them trusting this hodgepodge vessel to deliver them to safety beyond the neutral rim. "How long until the convoy reaches the jump gate?" Georgia asked. 17 minutes, Velcera replied. "But we won't last 5 against a Crithian dreadnought. Their shields are impervious to our weapons." "Commander, please, if we give them what they want, we're not surrendering anyone." A quiet voice cut through the tension. "Maybe you should." Rowan emerged from the shadows of the corridor, his weathered face betraying nothing. He'd been quiet since they'd picked him up on Station Orpheus 3 days ago. Just another drifter looking for passage, or so everyone had thought. His old military overcoat hung loose on his frame, patches from a dozen conflicts stitched across the shoulders. The Crithians had recognized him immediately. Rowan Shun, the butcher of Kepler, 442. The human who'd held Fortress Redline for 18 days against impossible odds, who'd turned the tide at the Battle of Proxima's Gate. The warrior who'd killed High General Krothnos in single combat and shattered the Crithian Third Fleet. "Rowan, no." Georgia started. "Just finish, that's all," Velcera interrupted, her voice cracking. The Etherian woman's eyes glistened with tears that shimmered like mercury. "Please, we cannot win this fight. We cannot protect you. Just let it end quickly. For them." She gestured toward the cargo bay, toward the children sleeping below. Rowan regarded her for a long moment. Then, slowly, deliberately, he reached for the clasps of his overcoat. "You misunderstand, Captain," he said softly. "I'm not surrendering." The overcoat fell away. Beneath it, Rowan wore the matte black combat chassis of a Terran Shock Marine. Not the old decommissioned gear Georgia had assumed, but active military hardware. Neural interfaces glowed ice blue along his spine. Weapon mounts lined his forearms. And on his chest, still gleaming despite years of wear, was the Crimson Star, the highest military decoration humanity could bestow. Velcera's breath caught. "You're still active duty?" "Technically retired," Rowan admitted, rolling his shoulders as the chassis hummed to life, bonding with his nervous system. "But Earth has a saying, once a Marine, always a Marine." Georgia found her voice. "Rowan, that's a dreadnought. Even with military gear, I know what it is." His eyes had changed, becoming harder, more focused. This was the warrior the Crithians feared. "Captain Velcera, I need you to do something for me. Anything. When I say run, you push these engines past Redline and you don't look back. Get these people to safety. But you will buy you the 17 minutes you need." He moved to the airlock, his movements precise and economical. Georgia followed, grabbing his arm. "This is suicide. You can't fight a whole ship alone." Rowan smiled, and there was something terrifying in that expression. "That's the thing about humans, Georgia. We're very good at things we can't do." The airlock cycled. Beyond it, the void of space waited, and beyond that, the Crithian dreadnought bristled with enough firepower to level a city. "Rowan Shun." The Crithian captain's voice boomed over the comm, "Surrender yourself for judgment, or we will annihilate this vessel." Rowan's response was to ignite the plasma thrusters built into his chassis, launching himself into the black. His voice came through George's calm and clear. "Crithian dreadnought, this is Gunnery Sergeant Rowan Shun, Terran Defense Force. You have 30 seconds to withdraw, or I will consider your presence a hostile act." Laughter erupted from the Crithian bridge. "You are one man." "Yeah," Rowan replied. "But I'm the one man you should have run from." What happened next would be spoken of in whispers across a dozen star systems. The human veteran became a dancing flame of destruction, too fast for targeting computers, too small for main batteries. He disabled shield generators with surgical precision, turned point defense cannons against their own hull, and fought with a ferocity that seemed to transcend mortal limits. On the celestial dawn, Velsera watched sensors with mounting disbelief. Impossible. He's winning. Georgia smiled through her tears. That's humanity for you. We don't know when to quit. 16 minutes later, as the refugee convoy crossed the jump gate threshold to safety, the Crithian dreadnought listed dead in space, its engines dark, its weapons offline. And somewhere in the debris field, a lone signal pulsed, battered, exhausted, but alive. This is Chun. Convoy clear. Clear, Georgia replied, her voice thick with emotion. Jump gate achieved. All souls accounted for. Good. A pause. Could use a pickup when you get the chance. As the celestial dawn doubled back to retrieve him, Velsera placed one trembling hand on Georgia's shoulder. Your species, you're all insane. Georgia laughed. Yeah, but we're your kind of insane. In the cold mathematics of the cosmos, one human against a dreadnought should have been impossible. But humanity had never been good at accepting what should be. They specialized in making the impossible merely difficult and the difficult routine. And sometimes, just sometimes, one human veteran in a good suit of armor was exactly enough.